Stockpile these now. Hey everybody, it's Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. Looking at 2022, thinking about what we need to stockpile. What items are top of my list right now, moving forward? Like I said, looking at what is in store for us in 2022, not actually knowing exactly what's in store for us though, right? Yes, we don't know these things exactly. But we can see the writing on the wall. We can see the direction things are headed. We can see the increase of control over us. We can see the continuing desire and push for violating our free will and for taking our free will away from us for the good of society, for the good of humanity, for the good of the world. Oh, by the way, one world. Governance, language, currency, religion. I believe that is always an agenda for some. I believe that there are powers that be, very powerful people that wish to exhibit influence, power, and control over us. That's a no-brainer. To me, that's common sense. So, looking at 2022, and actually I don't even want to look at that big of a chunk. I like looking like a month out, 2 months out, maybe something like that. It's better to have a shorter term plan in place so that you are always working towards something. You're meeting goals, you're fulfilling goals. You can have annual goals. I'm not into the New Year's resolution thing. I'm always on a road to self-improvement. I don't need New Year's resolutions to guide my path forward. So, what I recommend you do is set a weekly goal, a monthly goal, a quarterly goal, and maybe an annual goal for where you want to go in your preparedness. But always be moving forward. We'll get to the recommended items in just a sec. Skills, abilities, the ability to get outside your comfort zone and excel, survive in this stuff. For example, right now it's warming up some. It's 29 degrees right now. It was like 10 degrees here last evening on New Year's Eve. Filming this New Year's Day, you'll see it the 2nd. Okay, so in my mind, what I see, what I pay attention to, leads me down a certain path of preparedness. And it changes, which is a good thing, because we need to be well-rounded. We need to have all the assets of preparedness at our fingertips. We got to have the things, but we got to have the skills, the ability to use the things, right? If we're not using our gear, using our equipment all the time, we don't know. I would much rather have gear fail now than in an event. For example, a lot of people talk about different flashlights and stuff like that. Okay. Olight contacted me, said, hey, can we send you some flashlight and do a review, stuff like that. I got the Olight Frere. And long story short, it passed all the tests, it worked fine. I had no dog in the fight. I didn't care. I wasn't pro-Olight or anti-Olight. Well, that didn't last long. Now it won't even take a charge. I don't know what's wrong with it. It doesn't work at all. So, my recommendation for that, it has to be that, because I can't have items that I'm going to rely my life on fail. I can't. I take it that seriously. And I'm not saying they're all bad. Maybe it was just a fluke. Maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I'm a bonehead. Who knows? Okay, so what are some items that my wife and I, my family, have been looking at stockpiling and stockpiling now? We're really the mindset right now of back to basics type stuff, which are what? The building blocks of food. What things are made out of, not the finished product. The finished product is fine. And actually, if you're interested in a finished product, buckets, long-term food storage buckets of prepared meals that all you got to do is throw in a pot, throw some water, boil it, bam, you're done, quick and easy. An essential part of a preparedness plan, part of it, not the whole thing, part of it. Ready Hour Foods. Check out the link in the description below, preparewithap.com. It's My Patriot Supply Ready Hour Food Buckets. I can save you some money there, and like I said, it's part of your food storage plan. Not the entire thing, but if you're looking for stuff like that, I can save you some money, and it's good stuff. We use it, we prep with it, we store it, we stockpile it, all those things. But like I said, those are prepared meals. Those are all the ingredients all together in something. Basic ingredients, aka flour. Actually, even more basic than that, hard red wheat. Buckets of hard red wheat. And the ability to grind it, of course, that is vital. But you can also sprout it. When a grain is sprouted, its nutritional value raises exponentially. It is that much more healthy for you. So you could sprout wheat very simply and eat the sprouts. Throw them in a salad, throw them in soup. It doesn't matter what you put them in, just do it and grind it. So the basic hard red wheat. We also do buy flour because we use it. We bake our own bread. Go figure. How many people know how to do that nowadays without a bread maker? Just in the oven. Salt. Very important, right? You gotta have sodium. Iodized and non-iodized. We stockpile both. Sugar. Because sugar helps things taste better, right? Same with salt. So seasonings are very important. But bulk items. Just, I was at Walmart the other day. I bought a bunch more flour, a bunch more sugar, and a couple other things. I think I talked about that in yesterday's video. But anyway, honey. And good thing, honey, salt, sugar, don't go bad. Hard red wheat, I don't think it goes bad either. Because they found wheat in the tomb of pharaohs in Egypt. They're thousands of years old. And it's still sprouted. It still grew. It's still viable. Now, was the nutritional value diminished some? Probably, yeah. But that's basically not going to go bad either. So none of these items, the hard red wheat, the sugar, the salt, and the honey, none of those will go bad. Hardly ever. Now, extenuating circumstances, if they get wet, if they get damp, if they get damaged, of course it can go bad. But those core things, as well as maybe molasses, maple syrup, some of those things, because morale is important. And to have those ability to make some sweets in an SHTF, make your own cake, because you can grind up some of the hard red wheat. Oh, along with that also, baking soda and baking powder, very inexpensive. And yeast, buy lots of yeast. I know you can grow it yourself. I don't know how to. It's one of those things I've thought about looking into before. I just haven't gone down that path yet. All those essentials for baking. Because you can also cook up the wheat berries, and throw them in like a stew. You can throw them in a stew and cook them up. Along with this, what are other things I think you should be stockpiling? I think now is the time for quantity. Every time I go to Walmart, you know those like those little 98-cent jars of spices? I say jars, they're plastic. I grab like one of every one that they have. Throw them in there. it comes out to like 6 or 8, maybe $10. Seriously, that's not much money. We're prepping on a budget, right? Yes, probably most people are. Corn, rice, beans, things like lentils, peas, and this is all dry goods I'm talking about. But like I mentioned, the ready hour food and the bucketed foods, it's also good to have canned goods, as in like, metal canned goods from the store. And canning your own is really good also. Very, very good. Canning your excess that you grow and you raise. Also, buying at the store and just canning that. Seriously, meat prices are crazy. Yesterday I bought I don't know how much it was, a big thing of 93% lean ground beef at Walmart. It was like $5.50 something a pound. Holy cow, I remember you used to get steak for that much. Ground beef used to be like, what, $2 something a pound? It's doubled in price. And it's going to continue to do so. That's another big thing I recommend stockpiling right now. Stockpile meat. Canned meat. Freeze-dried meat. You can freeze fresh meat also. But remember, well, it's nice now, this time of year, right? You could just package it up really well and bury it out here, and it would be fine. As long as the temperatures stay in the right range. Throw them in your freezer. There's a lot of different things out there. And you could buy, like I said, the meat from the store and then jar can it, yourself. Very, very good. I think meat's going to be important. There's a big push by, quote unquote, the powers that be for a meatless society. Same with a cashless society. I like using cash. I don't like digital crap. Do I use my debit card? Sure, of course I do. But cash, I like it. I cannot see where you would be wrong or go wrong in stockpiling these items now. I mean, seriously, most of them last forever. Beans, rice, corn, wheat, barley, peas, lentils, sugar, honey, salt, all these basic, the building blocks of food, and meat. It's only going to get more and more expensive. It's only going to get harder to find. So stockpile that. Please. Be smart. Prep out of peace of mind, not out of fear. And don't get discouraged. We will get through this. Hopefully. We never know. Our blessed lives here are not to be taken for granted. God, Heavenly Father, has granted us these bodies that we need to take care of, our temples, dedicating our lives to Him and doing our part. Think about that moving forward. Stay positive. Please subscribe, hit the like button, comment below, share the videos, hit that notification bell for all. And yeah, I really appreciate all you guys. Thank you for being here. Keep up the good fight. Have a wonderful day, and blessings to you and yours.